I don't do intros. How you guys doing today? I'm doing all right today. Today I have for you guys a very special video today. We are using the Moonlight Greatsword in every single game that you can do invasions in. This is from Software's iconic weapon. It's been in games like Kingsfield, all the way to Armored Core, all the way to Elden Ring, man. It's been in every single one of them. And yes, all these invasions slash PvP clips were recorded in the year 2023. As a matter of fact, I did them all yesterday. It just kind of goes to show you how all the games are still very, very active. I kind of call it Elden Ring fatigue, how we're like in these games and whatnot. The activity for all the old games kind of spiked recently because we didn't get no DLC announcement for Elden Ring, so people are getting a little tired. There's no patches, anything like that, so people are kind of going back and revisiting the old games, man. And I got a ton of activity in all these games, and I decided to show off my Moonlight Knight build in every single one of the games because I realized I actually did finish all of my Moonlight Greatsword characters in all the games. So right now we're starting with Demon Souls. I'll make sure to point out all the specific cool things about each one of the swords in each one of the games. In Demon Souls, actually, it's a faith weapon, not an int weapon, but it does do magic damage, and it's made of pure light, so it goes right through shields. You can't block it. And this character, I believe, is level 6, no, 15. It's level 15. Mainly because it's like where the most activity is on Demon Souls, just to invade super low level, which I enjoy. I do enjoy. I think I enjoy all the PvP in all these games, to be honest. And yeah, here's Demon Souls, boys. Anyway, I think we're moving on to Dark Souls 1 now. The sword is actually nutty in this game. It has a crazy AoE on it that hits for a ton of damage. You can aim it just about anywhere. I mean, look at that. It's kind of crazy. I believe this character is level 55 in Anor Londo, in the Anor Londo area. Because I really, really enjoy Anor Londo invasions. I've been going to level 40 and level 50, going to like plus 10 weapons. I believe either this is a plus nothing Moonlight Greatsword or it's a plus 1 Moonlight Greatsword. I can't really remember. Let me know, you Dark Souls 1 guys, in the comments if I went to the right weapon level for this build. I believe we're level 55 and we're getting some Anor Londo invasions. Or going for Anor Londo invasion, I should say. Dark Souls 1's a great game, man. I enjoy the PvP in this game. When I uploaded my Dark Souls 1 PvP for the first time ever video, just a couple of, like a week or so ago, I got a lot of comments like just fucking flaming me for liking this game's PvP. Uh, and I guess the same happened on the Dark Souls 2 video. People were kind of being like, you know, how could you like this game or whatever. I'll be honest with you boys, I enjoy all the games PvP. I think they're all like very different from each other and they can, you know, you can have fun with all of them. It just depends on what you're trying to do, right? If you're trying to be a sweat, you probably won't have as much fun, but I'm never trying to be a sweat, right? I always go for like thematic builds and just things I think that are cool, right? And because I do that, I allow myself to have more fun than you guys, and that's why I'm able to play these games and enjoy them. Um, Same with the Moonlight Greatsword on Dark Souls 1, man. It's a great weapon. It's lots of fun. It's an int weapon, and it's got like a massive AOE on its R2. However, it does take a lot of durability to use it, which is why you see me carrying around repair powder. Anyways, guys, let's move on to Dark Souls 2. So my build on Dark Souls 2 for the Moonlight Greatsword is kind of whack. It's to get the most out of this sword, you'd probably want to go like 60 int probably, and like enchant infuse the Moonlight Greatsword. That would probably give you like the most amount of AR because in this game I'm pretty sure the Moonlight Greatsword does pure magic damage. Obviously I didn't do that because you know me, I'm not the kind of guy who optimizes my builds. I just kind of do what I think might be fun. And I went for a Int Faith caster hex pyromancer guy, and I just kind of dark infused the Moonlight Greatsword and threw it on top. That's kind of what happened with this build. It still does pretty decent damage, but it's not as crazy as it could be, right? But it doesn't matter to me, man, because I enjoy this build. And if you enjoy your Moonlight Greatsword build on whatever game it is, man, it doesn't matter how you optimize your build. You can throw this weapon on just about anything, and it would be really fun to use still. Even if the damage is not there all the way, right? Uh, yeah. Over this last year, boys, I've grown to appreciate the other games a lot more than what I have, right? There's been times where I've gotten bored or burnt out on Elden Ring, so I would just like hop on Dark Souls 1 or hop on Dark Souls 2 or Demon Souls or Dark Souls 3. And I participated in most of the Return to events. I did the Bloodborne one, I did the Dark Souls 3 one, and I did the Dark Souls 2 one. And next year we're going to do all of them, starting with Dark Souls 1 in January, which is next month and really, really close by, actually. And these events, man, they really shaped how I feel about these games, PvP systems as a whole. I used to really hate Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 PvP until I went back and actually, sank my teeth into these games a little bit more than what I ever have previously. Yeah, so going back and playing these older games, man, and just like taking a break from Elden Ring every once in a while has really like warped my perspective of these games, because previously I had only really played the PvP in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 quite a bit, and then Elden Ring came out and obviously I was all over that. Didn't really get a chance to experience the older games, but going back and making these Moonlight Greatsword builds in these older games, man, has really opened my eyes a bit and just gave me a bunch of appreciation for the older games. And I know that not every game is going to be everyone's cup of tea. Some of you guys are really going to hate Dark Souls 1 because of its backstabs. A lot of you guys are going to hate Dark Souls 2 for a lot of decisions that Dark Souls 2 made. Or some of you are going to hate Dark Souls 3 for like the technical rolling and stuff like that. But, or all the crazy ass things that you can do in Dark Souls 3, like Estus canceling and whatnot. I'd argue that these mechanics and these features are different in every game, so that you can experience every game in different ways. So if you kind of just, kind of go into it with the mindset of this is different, I should play it different, or I should try to have fun in different ways, you might enjoy the games more. Which is how I feel about like every version of the Moonlight Greatsword. Every one seems to be a little bit different. I think the two ones are like the most similar are probably Dark Souls 1 and 3. But Dark Souls 3's Moonlight Greatsword is severely weak compared to the Dark Souls 1 version. It does have like a really unique L2. The only thing that's unique about the Dark Souls 2 version of the Moonlight Greatsword, by the way, is that it's in Dark Souls 2, pretty much, and probably that it does pure magic damage as well. I can't remember if this sword does pure magic damage or not. I don't think it does. I think it might have a little bit of physical on it, but I don't remember. Same for the Dark Souls 1 one. I don't remember if it does pure magic. I do believe the Demon Souls one does pure magic damage. Even though it's a faith weapon, Demon Souls is its own fucking beast. Trust me, it's a little bit of a goofy game, but it is its own beast. And we're moving on to my favorite game of all time, boys. It's Bloodborne, and the Holy Moonlight Sword in this game is absolutely nuts. It's got a ton of hyper armor. It has all kinds of different moves. It's a trick weapon. It's in Bloodborne, so of course it has all the different moves and whatnot. And you can put it on a pure strength build, you can put it on a pure arcane build, or you can do a hybrid build of them, which I do right here. And this thing absolutely pumps out damage. It shits out damage, really. It's insane. Now keep in mind the Bloodborne, a lot of its PvP damage is involved with the Chalice dungeons, getting the gems and whatnot. I believe I have 2 physical gems that are like 20%, 24%, something like that. And like a pretty good arcane gem on here. I think I have about 20 arcane and 40 strength on this build. I can't remember actually. This is a level 80 character. This is my Moonlight Madman build. It's the Holy Moonlight Sword. What more can I say, man? This sword is awesome. If you guys haven't played Bloodborne yet, I do really recommend it. I know some of you PC players are like gonna be screaming, Bloodborne PC win. I'm right with you, man. If they do anything with Bloodborne and they drop it on PC, it's likely gonna be a remaster, right? And I'm all down for remasters. If anything, give me a fucking Bloodborne 2 or something, right? Bloodborne's awesome. I love Bloodborne. Shout out to this guy rocking almost the same fashion as me, and of course the same weapon as well. This guy was awesome. I loved invading him. Yeah, Bloodborne's awesome. Please play Bloodborne. I wish the online worked a bit differently in this game, but it doesn't. I wish you could do like invasions all the time, anywhere, but you can't. It's only with the bells. Granted, it is a really cool system, but it's not a perfect system. And as many Dark Souls 1 haters out there, there's probably going to be a lot of Bloodborne haters as well. You guys are probably not going to like the gun spam or shit like that. But look what you can do, man. This guy parried me for swinging wildly, and I'm going to end this clip by parrying his healing. Because you can do that in Bloodborne. You can parry people's healing. And I remember when I uploaded my Bloodborne PvP in 2023 video, I blew a lot of people's minds by showing them that you can parry healing. Yep, there it is. Bloodborne is, of course, its own beast as well. I love this game, and you guys should try it if you haven't already. The Holy Moonlight Sword is insane. And then, of course, that brings us to Elden Ring. Man, what can I say about Elden Ring's Dark Moon Greatsword, which is what it's called. Even though the Ash of War on the weapon is called Moonlight Greatsword, which is very, very interesting. Also, I know I didn't really talk about it all that much, but my Dark Souls 3 character is a level 70. He's at plus 4, plus 8. And I did have old Moonlight on that build. Me and a friend of mine, we killed Midir at level 70, specifically just to get old Moonlight, which is like a soul greatsword spell that kind of is the Moonlight Greatsword. That spell is awesome. I love it. It's not that great though. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and it takes forever to charge. But just wanted to point out, because I don't think I talked about old Moonlight, which to me it's like as relevant as the Dark Souls 3 Moonlight Greatsword, the old Moonlight spell. And of course we are going to talk about it. Elden Ring does have another moon sword in the game. It's of course the very popular, quote unquote popular, the Moonveil Katana, which every scrub under the sun uses. And I'm showing it off in this clip because this guy is also a scrub and he's an overlevel phantom, so he gets the Moonveil treatment. But don't worry, boys, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be a little bit nice to this Bull Goats Rivers of Blood host here, and I'm gonna whip out the Dark Moon Greatsword again, and I'm gonna show you guys what you should be doing to all Rivers of Blood players, and that's just parrying them, man. I also realize he has a white mask on. In the year 2023, Rivers of Blood White Mask Bull Goat. Look at that. Anyway, guys, shout out to From Software. Shout out to the Moonlight Greatsword in all the games. I do realize it's in Kingsfield and Armored Core and a few of their other games as well. But of course, I'm showing you guys Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring in this video. You should comment down below and tell me which game is your favorite to invade / PvP in, or dueling, whatever you do. And tell me which version of this sword is your favorite. I believe the best version of this sword is no doubt um, probably Bloodborne's Holy Moonlight Sword. I mean, that thing is nutty. It's crazy good in that game. And second would probably be Elden Ring, and third, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember what I put as third before, but because I did a video about this exact sword, except I didn't do any PvP in it. But here we are. We have all the invasions in this video. If I had to pick a third one, man, I'd probably pick Dark Souls 2. I can see the potential for doing like insane amounts of damage on Dark Souls 2 because that game is silly with its damage. Um, anyway, guys, let me know your rankings down below. And if you like this kind of content, it's kind of PvP content for the Soulsborne Hero games, or Soulsborne Hero Ring games, I should say. I guess Sekiro doesn't have PvP in it. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe to the video, man. Go follow my Twitch if you haven't already. Go join the Discord if you want to show me your PvP build, clips, all that stuff. And with that being said, guys, fare thee well, peace out, and all that fun stuff. I'll see you guys later, man. And don't you dare go hollow, friends.